Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Jerry Sarmiento and this is Wine School TV transmitting from beautiful Cypress in Northwest Houston, Texas. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is aromas. And aromas in wines is a very basic concept that I want everybody to master so you can enjoy your wine tasting when you go to restaurants or wine bars, etc., or at home. This is going to become a prerequisite. Remember that term in school or college when you had to take a prerequisite course so you can take a more advanced one? That this is what this is. This is a prerequisite for everything else we're going to be talking about, because we're going to be delving into specific grapes like Cabernet Sauvignon or Syrah or Malbec or Tempranillos, etc. So today we're going to talk about just about the concept of aromas. Aroma basically is something that resides in your memory. For example, when I first tried Cabernet Sauvignon and I read the descriptions, it said black currant. Well, I had never smelled black currant in my life, so for me it's a very unique thing when I smell the Cabernet Sauvignon. Now a black currant smells to me like a Cabernet Sauvignon, not vice versa. You know, see what I'm saying. But in Spanish there's a term called vivencias, which loosely translated basically means something like life snapshots. So all your senses give you snapshots of your life, visual, something that you hear a song, it reminds you of the 70s or the 60s or whatever, you know, when you were growing up. Same thing with smell. Sometimes I perceive a certain smell and it reminds me of my mom when she was cooking something specific. So those are snapshots of your life that are triggered by your senses. So either the sense of smell or the sense of audition or vision or touch, of course. So that is basically what aromas are. They are snapshots of some point in your life when you smell something. I remember once I tried a French wine made of gamay, and the first thing that came to my mind was bazooka bubble gum. Bazooka bubble gum that I chewed in Peru when I was 80 years old, I think. So that particular smell hit me. I was like, oh my goodness, this is bazooka chewing gum from the 60s. So go figure, you know. But what I'm trying to say is that is what aromas are memories of smells from your past. So if you have not smelled something, or you're not used to smelling strawberries all day long, or cranberries, or raspberries, or black currants, or red currants, or figs, or all of these definitions that you see in the descriptions of wines, then you can still acquire that. It takes a little bit of practice. Okay, so let me show you something we have here. This is pretty cool. This is called Le Nez du Vin. Okay, and this you can buy on the internet. You can go to their website, or you can go to Amazon.com. You can Google it. There are many places where they sell it. This is a kit of aromas. Okay, this particular one is the big version. This one has 54 aromas, and this cost us the small fortune of $399 plus tax plus shipping. So it's not a cheap thing. They have smaller versions. They have 20 aromas, 12 aromas. They have a few others, but this is the top of the line. We bought it because this is our business. So you know, and we are into wines, and our restaurants depend quite heavily on good wines that we sell and we recommend. So for us, this is more of an investment than a pastime. But if you have the desire to spend that kind of money, if you are serious about wine, please go ahead and buy it. This is tremendous. This is a beautiful kit that when you open it, let me show you what this is. This looks like. You have all kinds of things here. You have manuals and descriptions of grapes, and then, but the main part of this kit is this part here, the 54 little bottles with aromas. These are basically bottled aromas, okay, and everyone has a number. For example, number 14, I know because I figured it out before I started this recording. Number 14, which is right here, is red currant. Okay, this is number 14. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but anyway, it says 14 in the bottle. Every bottle is marked with a number. And when you smell it, you expect to smell red currants. Oh, so this is what a red currant smells like. Fantastic. But then, of course, there's a cheaper way of doing this, and that's what I want to talk to you about. I bought this on my local Kroger, which is a red currant preserve. Red currant jelly is this one. Okay, so what you do is basically you buy all of these things, all of these jellies and preserves. This happens to be a red currant jelly. So let me take a little smell of this. It's pretty close. It's probably not as pure because it has a lot of other things and chemicals and preservatives and whatnot. Let me try a little bit to get a sense of a red currant. You see what I'm doing? And now let me compare this to the real red currant essence. It's much cleaner, but that's basically what red currants smell like. So now, you know, if I do this day in and day out, of course I'm not gonna go very crazy smelling jellies all day long, but if you're serious about your wine and you want to develop the sense of smell so you can recognize what's in a glass of wine, do this. You know, have a little jar of one at a time. You know, do blackberries. Today I went to Kroger and I bought that one. I bought one with figs. Okay, so this one smells like figs. There are some wines that have a touch of fig aroma. I even went crazy and bought some mint jelly just for this experiment. Wow, that's mint. That you can, of course, buy some fresh mint and chop it a little bit and keep it around in your refrigerator and smell it, you know, crush it and then smell it every couple of days or every day and until you get the aroma. I bought another one, a strawberry, because it's pretty common. You can buy fresh strawberries. But you see my point? What you're basically doing is you're building your memory library of aromas. So when you are presented with a wine, you don't want to sound like a snob, and maybe you're gonna be a sommelier, you're gonna take it really seriously and become a sommelier, but you don't really want to sit with friends around dinner and go blackberry with a hint of tomato with some herbs, and by the way, wet rock. There is such a thing as a wet rock smell, aroma. So you don't want to be a snob, but it is fascinating. If you learn it, you develop your memory banks about aromas, and then it's a different level of enjoyment when you come to the restaurant or buy a bottle of wine, take it home, and you go take a nice smell of the wine and you say, oh, I recognize this. You know, this has, yeah, it does have a hint of red currant. Red currant, by the way, is one of the main, well, not one of the main, because there are a lot of spices in Syrah or Shiraz, like they call them in Australia, New Zealand, and South America. Here we call it Syrah, but Syrah does have a bit of red currant plus spices plus other things, but we'll talk about that later. So anyway, I hope you get the idea and get busy and go to Kroger and buy some jams and jellies, or go crazy and buy the kit and really take it seriously. But this is not a serious thing, this is more of a fun thing, and my memory of something is very different from your memory of something. So when I smell a banana, it's probably very different than when you smell a banana. So if I grab a particular white wine and I say, you know, a little bit of banana and a little bit of apricot, you may say like, he's crazy, you know, this is not banana, this is actually peaches and whatever, lychees. So we're all different. So you are right, I am right. It is an enjoyment process, you know, to actually recognize what aromas you're sensing and proceeding to have fun from there. So anyway, this was the prerequisite for the next videos that I'm going to put together. We're going to go one grape at a time. We're going to talk about Cabernet Sauvignon, we're going to talk about Syrah, we're going to talk about Merlot, we're going to talk about Malbec, we're going to go to whites and look at Chardonnays and Pinot Grigios and Viogniers, etc., etc. Everyone has a little bit of a different aroma or different components of aromas. So hope you enjoy this, and I'm gonna be coming back with specific grapes very soon, I promise. So with that, thank you very much for joining me today. Have a great time, enjoy life, enjoy friends and family, good food, good wine, a great life. See you later. Thank you. Bye now.